KZN police say they're looking for an unknown number of suspects following a cash and transit robbery on the N2 southbound near Cement Factory. This has forced the closure of the N2 highway in the area in both directions. Police believe the suspects attacked the cash and transit vehicle, assaulted 2 security guards and robbed them of their firearms before stealing an undisclosed amount of money. During that robbery, the suspects fired several shots and 3 bystanders were reportedly shot and wounded. SABC News reporter Jade Paulse is live to us at the scene in Durban. And Jade, of course, there's so many questions around how all of this must have taken place. But as a start, help us take into context just how busy that route is on any other day.
Well, a very good morning to you, Ayanda. And yes, I have spoken to the police spokesperson, Colonel Nechunda, who says that police are on the ground looking for those unknown number of suspects that hit this cash and transit vehicle at 5 o'clock this morning. I'm just going to step out of shot so that Ray Mbele can show you exactly what has transpired on the southbound. And like you said, they are on the lookout for those unknown number of suspects. And it was reported that the suspects, Ayanda, accosted this cash and transit vehicle, assaulted 2 security officers and robbed them of their firearms before stealing an undisclosed amount of money. And now, during this robbery, the suspects also fired several shots, like you said there, at 3 bystanders who were reportedly shot. But this incident occurred on 3 different stretches of the southbound. Where we are now, like you said, we are close to the cement factory. The other location where the same incident occurred was on the M1 Higgins Highway, and that's where 2 people had sustained gunshot wounds. They were stabilized on the scene by some of the paramedics that came out here. And the third location, close to Silver Glen Drive near Chatsworth, just on the other end, and that's where paramedics also found that multiple people had been shot. Those multiple people, 2 females, are said to be in their 30s, and a security officer also sustained gunshot and assault wounds. Unfortunately, 1 female believed to be in her 30s has sustained fatal gunshot wounds, and there was nothing more that paramedics could do for her. The other 2 patients were stabilized on the scene, as well as the security guards that you mentioned. And this particular stretch here, SAPs have closed it off on the N2, both directions between M7 and M1. We actually sat in traffic for an hour just to get here. So traffic has really been backed up on the M1 Higgins Highway as the investigations continue. As you can see on your screens right now, forensics are on the ground trying to find out exactly how this transpired. But also, you can also see Ray Mbele behind the lens there can show you some of the money has still been strewn across the road. So they're still trying to put together all the pieces of the puzzle, Ayanda, and also clear that money. Right now, where we are, the road is closed, and it's going to be closed for a number of hours until the forensics team here on the ground are done. Ayanda.
We don't often hear of this kind of disruption to the N2. It certainly paints the picture, Jade, as we try to figure out what happened, of a very coordinated attack.
Well, just looking at this particular stretch of road, one can say that it was really coordinated. You know, I spoke to a colleague of mine, Ray Mbele, that has done many of the heists here in KwaZulu-Natal, and he was also saying to me that it is coordinated. Often at times there are points on this particular stretch where they monitor, but one must also remember, Ayana, the cash and transit robberies, people behind the scenes, and those suspects have been tailing them for several days now. One can imagine that they have also picked up the times. They probably work like a bakery, so they know exactly where the cash and transit vehicle will be at 5 o'clock in the morning, and that's what time it happened, at 6 o'clock. So various points on this particular stretch they have been monitoring, and we've been seeing this play out in KwaZulu-Natal. This certainly isn't the first time that this has occurred, but a very organized scene right here. As you can see, this particular stretch goes on for miles, and one can only imagine that a lot of thought has gone in from those suspects that police are chasing now on the ground, hoping to catch before the sun sets.